Aaron Thomas from Prenups.com, and today I'm answering the question, does having a prenup mean you don't trust your spouse? So, as the founder of Prenups.com and someone who has his own prenup, you can probably guess how I'm going to answer this question. First, if you are someone who believes that having a prenup means that you don't trust your spouse, I get it. I really do. Prenups have a bad reputation because how they were normally used 30 and 40 years ago and how a certain percentage of people use them today. The idea is this. You're rich, you're in love, and you want to get married, and you think your fiance is only marrying you for your money. So you have him or her sign a contract that says, if we get divorced, you keep all your money and your spouse gets nothing. If that's what you believe a prenup is, then it makes sense that you think that people only get them because they don't trust their spouse. And in fact, if you get a prenup that says your spouse gets nothing and you get everything if you get divorced, then maybe it's true that you don't trust your spouse. But that's not what most prenups say. Here's the truth. A prenup is a contract just like any other contract. There are good prenups and bad prenups, just like any other contract. For example, an apartment lease is a contract. You'd never say that all apartment leases are evil, right? It depends on what's in the contract, right? If your apartment lease says that if you're a day late with your rent, your landlord can kick you out of that same day and keep all your furniture, that would probably be a bad contract. Luckily, that's not what most apartment leases say. It's the same concept with a prenup. It depends what you put into it. You can draft a prenup that says, no matter what happens, we're both going to keep what we came into marriage with, plus any inheritance either of us gets, and we're going to split everything we accumulate together 50-50. Or you could say, we're going to keep our own retirement accounts, but we split the equity in our house. Unfortunately, these aren't the prenups that get reported on in the news or by Hollywood tabloids. So even today, many people think that prenups are only for the super rich folks who don't trust their gold digger fiancés. Okay, so we've established that prenups are just contracts, and whether they're fair or not depends on what's in the contract. Let's go one step further. You know what else is a contract? Getting married. That's right, getting married is a contract. And it might be the most important contract you've ever entered into. Unfortunately, you're not required to read this contract or even sign it. You don't even get a copy of the agreement you've entered into. The marriage contract was written by your state legislatures. Well, not your state legislators. Most likely it was written by the government of your state in the 1800s or early 1900s and hasn't been updated much since then. The default marital contract was written for one-income households when only men could work and only men could own property in their own name and only women could have custody of children and a whole bunch of other factors that have changed over the past 100 years while the contract itself hasn't. Today, many people get married without a prenup, so under the default marital contract, and both spouses work. And so today you can have a situation where the husband and wife both earn $100,000 a year each, and the wife saves half of her paycheck in retirement and savings accounts every month, while the husband spends all of his money on liquor and gambling, doesn't save a dime. Under the default marital contract, the wife often has to split her savings and retirement with the husband at the end of the marriage. What that means is, more often than not, the default marital contract will be unfair in your particular situation. I mean, what are the chances that a contract written in 1880 is going to be a perfect fit for your relationship today? Getting married is a financial contract, whether you choose to put it in writing or not. Getting a prenup just means you're choosing to customize your financial contract with your spouse to something that makes sense for you. How you choose to combine your finances for your particular situation, taking into account what you both bring into the relationship, whether you both plan on working or just one of you, whether you plan to have kids, whether you're older, whether you're a spender or a saver, and 1,000 other different things that make us all unique. And you can avoid some of the unintended consequences that come with signing a one-size-fits-all contract that was written 150 years ago. So no. Having a prenup does not mean you don't trust your spouse. It means that you and your spouse trust each other to come up with a plan for your marital finances more than you trust your state's government from the 1800s.